Hello everyone and welcome back to the next episode of Mountain Blade Warband Prophecy of Pendor, where last time we finally managed to bring Lord over from the Baccus Empire, Lord Leonius here. Pretty good chap here, upstanding, so we probably don't need to give him a bit of land straight away. Orgar Castle is under siege by some pretty competent forces. We're going to see if we can bring Chiral Stux and Justice Stux over to our side today, and as well as Agathon Legatus nearby. I don't know where he is exactly. My only problem with this being is that Sir Boris the Raven is here, and Sir Boris the Raven hurts. So we need to try to do these fights kind of one at a time, not attacking everyone at once. Lord Donovan there is a little bit out of position. Varus Legatus is someone we might be able to take if we're clever. Oh, that might not be it.
But that does not mean I will tolerate any incursions into my territory.
360 versus 959. I don't think that's going to happen. Going to have a very competent force to be able to beat all of them. I think actually we pull back. I don't think we fight that. I don't think that's a feasible thing we can win. I do want to hold Orgar Castle though, because otherwise... Okay, they're going to Orgar Castle now. Varus Legatus, would you... Okay, we're going to have to fight with you. Not that I really want to. But we need to hold Orgar Castle, because Orgar Castle is such a pain to keep. But they're going with some very competent forces. My hope being that is if we can just slowly start whittling down the Empire, we might be able to get Orgar Castle back on side in the future. So I don't see us being able to hold it at the moment, really. Unfortunately, as much as I'd love to. There's just a very competent army going in there. And unfortunately Anson hasn't had enough time to regroup his forces inside there just yet. And we also personally have very little health. We might be able to make Orgar Castle work. Perhaps if we pull back and let them come to us. Orgar Castle is a pain of a castle to deal with as an offensive army. I just don't know if there's enough of us able to take Orgar Castle, which is a concern of mine, really. I'm not too concerned about this individual fight, I'm just more concerned about the fight that's going to follow. I would like to bring Varus Legatus on side at some point as well. It's unfortunate we've had to kind of attack him twice because it will lead to some more loss in reputation. But that's just a necessity. We just need to knock down as much of the Empire as possible. I really don't want to go back into Orgar Castle. It's such a abysmal castle to try siege. Oh goodness, you went for me there. Leave those Noldor alone. They're my Noldor. I don't want them dead. It's not like they're Lethal Deerin's Noldor. They're my Noldor. With Noldor with us, we might be able to hold out Orgar, but it's going to be a tough call, I think. Let's keep attacking, at least initially here, see what we can do. Our Rangers are doing well for us. My concern is they're going to have about 1,400 in Orgar. We'll have about 400. Everyone can charge now. I'm just concerned about whether we can even hold Orgar at all. And we might be better off just pulling back and waiting for another day to fight. But we did spend a lot of time in Orgar last episode, and I don't want to... That's not helpful. I don't want to have that issue again. And being knocked out doesn't help us either in this regard. Because it means we may not even be able to join in the fight at Orgar. I don't know. with Boris, I think they probably have about 1,600 troops there. And as his troops are good, they're not spectacular. I mean, we've got our Noldor troops, and that will certainly help us. Because we'll have unlimited ammo. We want them to... I really don't know. 90 renown, you've escaped. Just take a few bits here at the top. Yeah, see, I'm on 3% health, which is not really ideal. When you speak to Justin, he needs to go back out and continue training our troops, please. 4 weeks, thank you. Let's get everyone upgraded. As best we can, anyway. How are we doing for Noldor troops? We've lost quite a few already. I think we started with 16 or something like that. Okay, so what have they got there? They've got 900, 1200, 1500, 1700. I can't take on 1700 at Oregar, it's just not feasible. Which is incredibly infuriating, because it means we're going to have to take Oregar Castle back again. Which we do not want. Ooh, Lydia Sano was defeated. That's interesting. Yeah, we can't hold out Oregar, unfortunately. Here are the rest of our forces. Marius Imperator is still inside. This might be our time to assassinate Boris the Raven while he's outside by himself. Ooh, the King's here now. You know what? If we can take out these two, I think we'd have broken the back of them. Do we have enough? We're going to find out. So, Sir Boris the Raven and Marius Imperator, surrender or die. 1188 versus 893. I've got such little health to work with. It's not ideal. Do we want to fight this map? They're going to push into us. I'd like to pull back to a slightly better advantageous position. This will do. There's a nice hill there. Infantry here, archers here. Cavalry over on this left hand side, flank, whatever you call it. We have such little health, but I need to get Sir Boris the Raven off the field, and preferably Marius Imperator as well. If we can, then that makes taking on the Empire in future a lot easier, which is what we want. It's a shame we lost Oregar again, but with only 278, if we can win this fight, we should be able to win Oregar Castle back pretty easily if we still have any troops left. So Boris the Raven is a tough army to fight. Raven Spear mercenaries are going to hurt. But at this point I need to do something to these two strong armies of the Empire. Because there's also Kairos Ducks, Justice Ducks as well, who also have about 300 troops amongst them, which are also going to hurt. But these guys are the main priority. Once we dealt with them, we can then go try deal with Kairos Ducks and Justice Ducks. I'm concerned by these Raven mercenaries coming in. These are basically Ravenstone horsemen, and they're good. They do hurt. I mean, we should win this, but I'm concerned it's going to be a tough fight overall. I'm hoping again, as always, our range is going to be our strong suit here. But we are also fighting against Guardian Empire Knights of the Empire, who are also going to hurt. And we have very little health, so we can't really engage in close quarters really at all here. Just need my range to keep firing. Take your horse. Okay. I'm expecting to take quite heavy losses there. I'm hoping, as with all these big fights, is that once we deal with the initial top troops, the actual lower order forces is where we kind of make our kind of positive change. Whether that will be the case is another question. Our Noldor have finished firing now, they run out of ammo, but the rest of our troops still have to have some ammo. Overall though, we're doing pretty well. We do have Lethal Durin with us. We've got Donovan. We have, I think, Alistair with us. Possibly Bodis and Rain as well. Ansel, I believe, is possibly a prisoner. I'm not entirely sure. Let's bring our infantry back, because few infantry as we've got. Same with our cavalry. Let's try and bait them back towards our archer line as best we can. Some of our archers are no longer firing, but some of them will be. We want the reinforcements to be spawning near us, not near them particularly. Go after these horsemen. Nordal made a ranger, that's not my Nordal, that's good. Okay, cavalry charge because they're charging us. And I don't want you guys to be stationary when you're taking on the Raven Spear mercenaries. It's not going to be very healthy for you, not in the slightest. Let's try to have this horse. There we go. I was trying to help out there. Oh no, I don't want to be stuck. I don't think I've got any infantry at the moment, that's interesting. The enemies have arrived. I'm really hoping we'll get some more reinforcements soon. Okay, you're dead, good. At this point I'm not really focusing on prisoners, I'm just focusing on winning as best I can. Okay, reinforcements arrived, that's good. That means a few more archers for us to make some meaningful progress with. Hopefully anyway. Okay, your horse is down, good. Okay, tactically we're doing okay. We are taking some losses, but we've only lost one ourselves. So that's pretty good. Problem is, there was Boris the Raven was never kind of just by himself. He was always with a lot of the other Empire Lords. I actually think I'm going to kill him if we manage to take him prisoner. Although, of course, the money or the Qualish Gem would be very useful. I just don't want him respawning. And killing him would ensure that doesn't happen. So that is something we could consider as a possibility. How are we doing? 195 dead. Another 700 to go. So still a long fight ahead of us. Infantry pull back to here. Similar cavalry. We have very few infantry left, but I want them to pull back. We have a lot of competent archers here, but I don't want them to push into melee combat until we absolutely need them to do so. Just trying to do more. Just trying to get on with their horses, because when they're off their horses, they're not too bad to deal with. Oh, that Guardian Empire Knight's going to hurt. He needs to go down quickly. Cute. Well done, Vicavi Sentinel. Saved our bacon there. Right, everyone's going to have to charge, at least for now, because we don't have anything apart from infantry. We don't have any infantry or cavalry left by the looks of things. It's mostly just archers. There's Lord Donovan. Oh, I think we just lost an old horse. We just lost an old troop there. It's unfortunate. Reinforcements arrived, that's good. Hello there. Please don't hit me with a spear. Leave me alone. Cease and desist. Do some more arrows, but I don't know where there are any on the field anywhere. Cute. Okay, reform the line here. Infantry there, archers here, cavalry over here. I'm going to get on foot just for a second. So if we find some arrows to carry on this fight. That looks to be some. Excellent. Now let's get back on my horse if I can. This heavy styling armoured warhorse has done me well for a while now. But our range should outrange. Our range should be better quality than theirs, really. Just trying to take out that horse if possible. Infantry charge, cavalry charge again. Keep our archers firing as long as possible. Cavalry charge. I chose the wrong group there. Of course, we see some damage. I imagine that's their crossbowmen. Attacking us. Got some shadow wolves coming in. Shadow wolves can be dangerous. I'd like to deal with them if possible. There we go. Okay, everyone charge for now. Because we're getting backed into a corner here, and I'm not sure that's what I want either. And I'd like to maybe deal with their crossbowmen, but I can't get too close here without being taken out of the fight, which we don't want to happen. Up to 6 dead. I'm hoping it's not Noldor for the most part. Probably will be, because it's just unfortunate. Be the case that we'll lose our good quality troops, because they're the ones that are going into the fight first. How are we doing? 3-3-4. Fine. We do have more troops in this, and as long as, if we can, we will push straight back into Orogar, because Orogar is relatively undefended at the moment. And I would like to bring that back on side if possible. Because if we wait for Orogar to get 600 troops in it again, it's just going to be impossible to deal with. But as long as we have a decent number of troops, this is not a good or safe place to be. Let's get out of here. Oh, you've got a bow and arrow. I don't want to be anywhere near you either. You've just got a lance. That's not as bad. We can deal with a lance, lad. Although you're probably a bit faster than I am. So I'll tell you your horse before you inevitably hit me with it. Thank you, whoever that was. You saved my bacon there. Possibly that Noldor Ranger over there. Or Noldor Warrior, I should say. Okay, we're still being actively shot. We're going to be a little bit careful. Just got to watch out for these lances. These lances can hurt. There we go. Save that. Or help out that Pendor Knight there. We are doing well. We are winning. For sure. And we've probably dealt with the majority of the Guardian Empire Knights now that Marius Imperator has as a household troop. But there'll still be some other lads to deal with, for sure. And I'm always wary of having a crossbow bolt in my head, because it's the Empire. That is something that can happen pretty easily if I'm not careful. If I could hit this guy's horse, not his shield, that'd be useful. There we go. Reinforcements have arrived, excellent. To 8 dead. Okay. We should be okay for the time being. Again, I'm running pretty low on the old arrows, so we're going to be a little bit careful. Save that Noldor. I just knocked out a Noldor Warrior there. But I didn't kill him, that's the main thing. I'm out of arrows, I can't take on that. Immortal, and I've been knocked out. Of course. Why do they have Seer Favourites? Seer Favourites are such good troops. Well, I don't know why they have them. It must just be a prisoner recruitment they've got. 458 though, we're just about halfway through this fight, or I should say through this army more than anything else. I don't really want to pull back in case I don't get the chance to take these guys prisoner. Because if I pull back, I might not get the chance to take him prisoner, so we are getting more reinforcements, which is good. It's definitely going to hurt both sides, but the important thing is we're mostly having our losses as wounded, so they will recover, whereas the Empire are having them mostly die, which means that they will not recover, which is good. But we definitely This is definitely a fight we needed to have. If we didn't do this now, they were going to continue to be a thorn in our side for the rest of this war. We need to get Sir Boris the Raven to go away for a while. Whether I kill him is another question, or if I can just get some Qualus Gem, a Qualus Gem, or some money from him. But he is someone I think that only ever joins the Empire, possibly Ravenstern as well. And so I don't even think he's acting as a mercenary company. I think he's just offered his support to the Baccus Empire. So we want him off the field. Permanently would be good, but then we don't get any material rewards from it. Of course, he may escape anyway, and then this whole, should we, shan't we, of this dilemma won't even really matter. We're up to 525 now. We are taking a few more losses, actually, now, because we lost some of our cohesiveness as an army, I would say. And our lords will certainly need some time to recover, that's for sure. Only 300 left to go now. I think we do have Alistair with us, because Alistair is bringing these Phoenix Risens and Knights of the Phoenix with us. But you can see the quality now of the troops coming out are not as good, because these are just kind of the random recruits they've managed to pick up. I mean, that Seer Favourite will hurt, she's very good, but in principle there's less cohesiveness amongst their army as well. They are still coming out with some more Knights of the Raven. Looks like some of them are a little bit stuck up at that tree there. So some of them are dismounted. And our archers are still doing well up there. So you're probably a little bit under-armoured for this fight, my man. We're doing 579, we're getting somewhere. They are still coming out with some Ravenstern Rogue Knights. I'd say that I think the Knights of the Ravenstern Spear aren't coming out as much anymore. But these rogue Ravenstern Knights can still hurt, and they are hurting. Again, had I had more health, I might have been able to keep command of this army for a little bit longer, but we did survive till about the halfway point. It's a shame we have to retake Oregar Castle because it's such a frustrating castle. But now we've knocked out a big... Well, now we're in the process of knocking out a big section of the Baccus Empire army. Hopefully the rest will become a little bit easier. And if nothing else, it might isolate some other Empire Lords to bring them over to our side, which would be useful. 631. Another force coming in, including those crossbowmen. Although it is a bit of a mix of different range troops here, they can still be dangerous. And we still have the odd Ravenstern Squire or Knight coming in. It's the first experience we've really had with Ravenstern troops, because we haven't really had much cause to go to war them this entire, not just this entire campaign against the Baccus Empire, but this entire playthrough. We haven't really had much dealings with the Ravenstern Empire. Now this is just one kind of small, well, I say small army, it's not a small army, but it's one army out of many armies of the Ravenstern that we will have to eventually face. And actually the Ravenstern are much better at range than they are at cavalry, but it's still interesting to kind of deal with them. Lots of steadfast born knights, that's interesting. I wonder if... I think that's Lethal Dirin's. I think the steadfast born knights are Lethal Dirin's own kind of knighthood order, so they must have recruited them from a prison pool somewhere, and then they're using them against us, as they have been with the Shadow Legion, which is another reason why I want Kyril Stux on side, one of the people who uses Shadow Legion and Centurions a lot. Thematically, it would be nice to have Shadow Legion on our side. I do want to upgrade these guys' armor. I think I am already doing so, actually. Oh, that Knight of the Wyvern's going to be in a little bit of trouble. He might need to get out of there. Because he's been chased by quite a few horsemen there. Okay, he didn't die, that's good. Just got knocked out. I'm trying to work out who the Steadfast Boar Knights are. It might be these guys in the yellow? These might be the Steadfast Boar Knights. I might be wrong. Oh, I think the Radiant Dragon are Lethal troops. The Steadfast Boars are clearly someone else's. Problem is with these minor knighthood orders, I can never really remember. We lost 19 troops. That's not very good, but they've probably only got about 200 troops left with them. I think we'll be able to push straight back into Origar after this, as long as the rest of our lords don't run away. That should be okay. It's definitely going to come at a cost us of our good troops. I know we've lost some Wyvern troops, some Wyvern Wardens, a couple of Knights. My hope is we haven't lost too many too many Nordor troops, because that will hurt us overall. We shall have to see. But then out to 754. And actually there's only really got one or maybe two more reinforcement waves in them in comparison to ours. We probably have a few more reinforcement waves in us yet, because I think we had about 1,200 troops overall. You know, had I got all my troops inside Origar Castle, including some of my lords before they attacked, then that probably would have worked a little bit better. And we probably would have taken a fraction of the losses that we have done now, but unfortunately that just wasn't particularly feasible at the time. But you can see they're coming in with kind of peasants and farmers now, amongst still some decent quality troops, but there is kind of less quality now overall. Okay, reinforcements have arrived, that's good. Yeah, they've only got 82 left coming in, that's good. They'll probably have one more reinforcement wave after that, whereas we should be okay. And all we need to do is just wait for our troops to heal when we are sieging down Origar Castle again. Probably what we'll do, we won't give it back to Anson, because I don't think there's a need to do so for the time being. Anson is upstanding, he doesn't require a property at the moment. We want to save it for Kairos Dux or Livius, or not Livius Dux, Justus Dux or Agathon Legatus. Those are the people I'm aiming for. Only 36 enemies left. Not too bad. Could have been a tougher fight, all things considered. We lost just under 200 troops, plenty more wounded, but those will recover. It really just depends how many Noldor we lost. This is why I don't tend to invest my Qualist Gems in Noldor. They're useful, they're good, of course, but they don't really last forever. Especially at this stage when we're going up against really high quality forces. It is tough to kind of keep the Noldor alive. Still, we should be okay. How many left? Just 8. Just a couple more up here on the hill. I mean, we're still coming out with some pretty strong troops overall, whereas they've kind of clearly run out at this point. And they're relying on mercenaries. That's a mercenary sergeant, if I remember correctly. I'm sure we'll find out. Yeah, it's a mercenary sergeant. I recognise the armour and the black and I think the black and yellow is also somewhat to do with mercenaries. There's a Shell warrior causing problems somewhere. Where is he? That'll be him right there. There we go. Well done, Blackheart Knight. You're the final kill of the battle. Enemy's been defeated. We gained 111 renown, and we lost no Noldor warriors. That's pretty good. We did lose a Noldor ranger though, as well as quite a few other troops, including hero adventurers. Do we lose any Pendor blacks? I don't think we did. That's pretty good for us, actually. You're my prisoner, Sir Boris the Raven, and so is Marius Imperator. That was a fight worth doing. I need to make sure I leave enough space. There we go. To do certain things here. I'll leave those. I'll take the Shadow Hunters and I'll leave the rest for some other troops. Now, Sir Boris the Raven, I'm going to speak to you first. Qualis Gem, your death, pile of diamonds, and of course Marius Imperator as well. I don't know, you know, I want to kill him in some regards because I don't want him back on the field attacking us again. But also, I could usefully use the money or another Qualis Gem. And I don't want him to escape either. That's not going to be very useful to me at all. First of all, let's sell off Marius Imperator for some money. He should sell for a pretty amount. Could take his weapon, but really, money's more useful to me. The Empire should die soon, so I think what we'll do, we'll take a Qualis Gem from Sir Boris the Raven, and hopefully we won't have to see him again for a while, because he may not even spawn again. And we're going straight back into Oregar Castle, because I want it back. Okay, it looks like Roland or Alistair's left there. That's unfortunate. I think it's Roland that's left us. That's unfortunate, but we'll just have to make do. If I can get them to surrender, that'd be good. I don't think we've quite got enough forces to do so. We've got Donovan Bodie's Little Deer and Alistair Rain. Let's just charge. It's going to be a pain. We're going to take this castle back. We've got very little health. That's fine. Everyone is charging. Yes, they are. Probably our high quality troops won't be here as much because they're still recovering from that very tough fight. We do have at least some Noldor I can see and some Silver Mist as well. Silver Mist now being Donovan's household troop. Just going to keep my shield up because I'm concerned I'm going to die. We might be able to shoot you, actually. As long as you don't shoot us back. Well, we have to shoot from quite a distance, but there we go, we are at least hitting you now. Gotta be careful he doesn't attack us. Let's just go behind this wall here. I think we have more than 200 troops, so we should... Like, we definitely have more than the 280 troops they have here. But it will still be a tough fight, because it's Oregar Castle. And this is just such a dangerous place for us. Archers here as normal, please. Can't see anything because of my can't see anything because of that blooming helmet. But again, let's use our archers effectively if we can here. I'm just going to stay hopefully relatively safe, although we are actually hitting the walls there, which is not very good. Let's hope the walls actually work in our favour as well. Take you out, hopefully. There we go. We did have an kind of advantage of one here. So let's see how this goes. Oregon Castle has always been a problematic castle for us. Let's see if we can reclaim it permanently this time, now that we've dealt with Boris the Raven and got him off the field. Our shots are not landing where they need to, that's for sure. Come on, it's just one crossbow and surely we can hit him. There we go. Okay, taking you out. How are we doing? Weirdly, this is actually going to probably be a more problematic fight than Sir Boris the Raven was. In some ways. Come on, take him out. Well, we are damaging him. There we go. We have more reinforcements coming in. As is the way with this fight, it's always a kind of constant thing here. We could take a crossbow. We're particularly bad with the crossbow overall. What can I drop for that? So I can do that. You know, we'll take a crossbow because we can at least keep on firing a bit slower. I think that's fine. We'll see if we're any good with it. Almost certainly not. But also, I wouldn't mind getting enough proficiency. In some ways we do want 300 proficiency with crossbows. There's a good reason for doing so. We can get some very good quality crossbows for our knighthood order. So the Wyvern Wardens can get the best one in the game. But you need a lot. You need 300 proficiency with a crossbow to do so. And we do not have that for sure. I might let my archers charge now, because I think they just need to get up there. There's only like 300 of their troops, we just need to push in. Oh, headshot. So we might be able to get some proficiency here with our crossbow, although probably not much. We could also probably get some additional crossbow bolts a lot easier, because we are fighting the Empire. Empire mostly fight with crossbows. That's kind of their deal. Just need to fire a little bit higher. Oh, look at that headshot. And because we're so low on crossbow proficiency, actually any hit we're making is actually giving us a lot of proficiency with crossbows. Which is pretty good. We'll keep firing at that crossbow throng up there. I think that's probably our best chance of getting any additional crossbow skill. Next time I definitely need to be inside Oregon Castle so we don't have to do this sordid siege again, because it really is frustrating, this one. We're getting some headshots though, which is good. I don't think we'll ever get up to 300 proficiency, but we can certainly try. We certainly won't in this fight, that's for sure. Oh, all our forces that charged up are now dead. Archers, way back here again. See if we can shoot them down. Okay, looks like some of them are charging down. Killed 130 of them, so still another 150 to go, which is not ideal. But we can probably make it work, one way or another. It's just such a long reinforcement. It's such a long time for reinforcements to actually turn up at this fight. But I don't mind getting some additional crossbow proficiency, because if we ever go into some tournaments that use crossbows, we may well want to have a little bit of extra damage on our side. But getting... okay, there's some more arrows there, some balanced bolts. Or one balanced bolt, it's better than nothing, I suppose. Fire at you. Problem is, if I to go back now to a bow and arrow, I think my bow will have despawned. So I need to get a bow off one of these guys. Or just get some... I could just get some bolts off the floor, it's not a bad idea. Let's keep firing. We'll stand behind our archer line though, just for a little bit of safety. Okay, shoot at you. we doing? That's 159. So probably got about 120 left to go. Let's get some more bolts wherever we can here. Keep on for. Oh, someone's definitely shooting back at us, that's for sure. There we go. Well, we are getting a few kills, so it's not too bad. Well, if this brigand dies, I could take his crossbow bolts. Bolts, 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 bolts. Oh, didn't quite have the height on that shot there. Go. How many have they got left? They put in. That's probably all they've got. Just charge now. Best thing we can do is just push in at this point. That's probably all the forces they have. Hopefully, we've got some more forces coming in though. To an extent, anyway. Let's get in ourselves. See what we can do here. We had to push Olgar now while there's relatively few forces inside, because if we go back up to 600 like last time, it would have been such a slog, and we don't want to deal with that again for the fourth, fifth time. That's not something we would want to do. Still a lot of crossbowmen up there. Hello. Take you out, thank you. I'm taking your bolts as well, because that gives me something to shoot with. Anybody up here? No one. But now we can shoot at these chaps from a relatively safe area. And we've got, what, 35 bolts to work with, so that's pretty good. We'll just fire the throng as best we can and see what progress we make. There we go. Not bad at all. And now they've only got 40 left, so this is something we have been able to take. We've been able to take back with relatively few issues. I mean, 100 dead is terrible in a siege of only 300, but this castle is extraordinarily difficult to take over. As an assaulting force, as I've mentioned quite a lot in the past. Also, the quality of these ranged troops. I can see some crossbowmen there, but I don't think any of the armoured crossbowmen are still alive at this point. I do actually quite like crossbows. I should use them more often, but we've kind of gone down the bow and arrow route this time. But I'm not... But sometimes in a siege, actually, crossbows can be useful when you're defending. Just to keep a more constant rate of fire, and that's why I chose our wardens to have crossbows. Because we have lots of fast firing ranged troops like our Nordor, the Silvermist, the Pendor Black Archers. But we want to keep up a constant rate of fire, so that's why we want some crossbowmen to have a slower force as well. And there's the last three up there. Oh, look at that. Headshot to finish it. There we go. Goodness me. And we even stayed alive on such little health. Geronimo! There we go. 18 renown, and we retake Origar Castle. Hopefully this time we can actually hold it. I'll leave those for someone else. So Anson doesn't have a thief, and neither does Yartava or Leonius. I'd like to maybe give Leonius one. But there we go. We've retaken it for now. Only with 77 inside. We could hire a mercenary group, should we need it. Boris, your job is just to go to Origar Castle. And just hold it for the time being, in my absence. Same with Lord Alistair, if I can. I need to ask, go to Origar. You need to attend your own business, you don't have enough troops. Oh, Lord Rain needs to be careful there. I'm going to have to support him. Lord Alistair should be able to help. Who's this? Oh, Lord Dion. Lord Roland probably has that under wrap and key, but we'll go help him out. You are my prisoner. And I can't remember if we're allowed to take the Snakehold troops. We'll take them, and if we need to, we'll disband them. Camp. I want to go to reports. Victory progress. Snakehold is overwhelming, so we're not allowed to. No, we are allowed to take mismounting troops, but not the other ones for now. So we'll just disband them. Get all of you guys upgraded. Definitely some wounded forces there, but we are doing okay. And we did pick up another Chorus gem, which I need to make sure not to sell by accident. Got plenty we can sell though. I will sell that gold. Pick up a little bit of grain. Sell all this stuff. So it's a pretty successful fight so far. Clear Sweftage. Can I sell my prisoners? Do you have any mercenaries for me? You don't. Armor crossbowman, Graydon. Fine. I will let everyone go home to recover their forces a little bit, because everyone's a little bit weak. I'm going to have to go hire a mercenary group though at White Stag, I would think. Lord Devon and Rain were defeated. That's unfortunate. They did escape. You guys might be going to attack somewhere. I've got you having someone's been besieged. Let's get out of here. We're not particularly strong. Lord Antonius, I reckon we can bring you on side actually. Oh, I didn't want to do that. That was a mistake. Some private, on where you live. You are Marshal. I might be able to bring you on side. I didn't mean to ask to be let go. That was unfortunate, because that's a loss of 50 reputation with him. That's not really what I wanted. We're just going to have to charge. They're very close to us. But I could give him Oligarch, because he's Marshal. He'll actually require land. He'll get annoyed if he doesn't have any. But we might be able to do so. If we take him prisoner and let him go here, we could give him Origar. And that would bring another Empire Lord on side. I kind of expected that to happen. We were charging a lot of angry crossbowmen there. They do look very impressive with their uniforms, that's for sure. So what's the Barclay Balestra there? That's okay. But if I can take him prisoner, I will give Lord Dion Origar Castle. Okay, we just need to get down to those crossbowmen now at this point. It's fine, our troops are arriving now, they should be able to do some good work. Probably lose a few troops here because we just had to charge in quickly. Hopefully no one of particular importance. Knights of the Wyvern now do have some very quick swords. The Noldor swords they have are pretty useful. But I'm relying on them slightly less for prisoners now, and their lances will still give us some prisoners. I would like to give them Doom Maces, but we need to kill the 3 Seers army for that, and I'm not strong enough to do so when we're fighting someone else. Antonius escaped. That was silly of me. I should have looked what I was clicking at, but that's fine. We'll get him at a later stage, it's not a problem. I'm going to carry on to White Stag, unless a bunch of them are going for... Okay, we're going to have to go get some forces from somewhere. To White Stag, quickly! Army near Paganda, I'm hoping that's going to be the Dread Legion. Snakehold, 500 dinars, there we go. We'll take some noble recruits actually. We'll take 30 of them to get some more Pendor Blacks in the army. That's fine. Now, We need to speak to Sarah the Fox, because apparently something was wrong here. Yeah, Boris and Rain are not friends. So we need to deal with them. Yeah, Rain and Boris. Resolve the dispute. Special emissary to the Empire. I'm happy to make a truce for now. Send Leslie. Chaser can go to... Lord Leonis can have Chaser, that's fine. Orgard Castle. I should give to someone, really. I don't want to give to her husband. So we'll hold off for now. I am, however, going to hire a mercenary company. Let's hire... I mean, I do like the Minor Banneret. That'll do for now. Hello there, Lord Anson. How are you doing? You're fine for now. There's Lord Leonius. He's not particularly strong, but he is pretty weak. Imagine he'll head over towards Orgard Castle now. Orgard Castle's been besieged. Call the banners. Let's see if we can get back there in time to stop that happening. Orgard Castle really has been a back and forth ownership between ourselves and the Empire, unfortunately. Shouting Gundar's Lodge. There's only a large army of enemies there. I think that's something we can probably manage. Huithril was defeated but escaped. We need to get there quickly though. Who's here? Who's here? Justus Dux is here. Excellent. If we can drag him away, then that's something we can give him. Karos Dux is here as well. Lady Boris is still inside Orgar. I think we'll pause things there. Next time we take on Justus Dux and hopefully bring him over to our side, because I think he is actually fairly fond of us, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he's favourable towards us. He would not be a bad person to hold Orgard Castle for us. But what do you think there? Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.